We all know someone with a short temper, but how many of us know a guy that literally gets angry when he brushes his teeth? Well, that's Bakugo for you, and on first sight, most of us would think that a dog that barks as loud as Bakugo wouldn't bite. But Katsuki has proven to be one of the strongest students in Class 1A. He keeps up with some pro heroes even as a young kid. Crazy as he is, Katsuki's fighting style is an all-out offense, using his Quirk's propulsive abilities to close the distance between him and his opponents, followed by a bombardment of close-range attacks that often start with a powerful right hook. Katsuki is able to use his explosion to propel himself through mid-air, blind opponents, and release long-range blasts, among other applications. Explosion is a versatile quirk, especially for battle situations, as the recoil caused by the blasts can be exploited by Katsuki for mobility purposes. Imagine Iron Man with the temperament of an angry Wolverine. During the USJ incident, Katsuki was able to single-handedly overpower and immobilize Kurogiri, a highly capable villain. At the UA Sports Festival, he was able to defeat Fumikage Tokoyami and Shoto Todoroki, who were considered the two other strongest students in Class 1A at that point. Many notable pro heroes, such as Shoto Aizawa and All Might, have praised Katsuki's prowess, noting the sheer amount of potential he carries. Although they did have to tie him down for him to accept his win against Todoroki, which was insanely funny, especially the moment where All Might almost cut Bakugo's face in half when trying to put the medal on him. The League of Villains also took notice of Katsuki's strength, and went as far as trying to kidnap him so he could be converted to their cause, even if it meant sacrificing members of the Vanguard Action Squad, as his potential membership would have far exceeded the risk. Katsuki is strong enough to fight toe-to-toe and even overpower Izuku when he's using 5% of One for All. During the joint training arc, Katsuki showed that despite the cold weather conditions of the winter season weakening his quirk, he can still fight efficiently. Katsuki has also become slightly less insubordinate when paired with people and has developed a degree of camaraderie as he utilizes his abilities to repel opponents that overpower his comrades. However, not willing to let Izuku get ahead of him and never taking his intended goal of surpassing All Might lightly, Katsuki is always building up his power, improving his technique, and looking forward to knowing what he's not able to do right now, with the intent of being able to do so in the future. Katsuki's unstoppable drive to win is perhaps his biggest strength, with all of his classmates, including Izuku, having faith in his ability to earn victories. By the time of the Paranormal Liberation raid, Katsuki's overall abilities and proficiency have significantly increased, and he's even able to match the speed of Izuku using One for All at 30%. Just like Izuku, he's also grown to the point he can fight side by side with world-class pros, such as Endeavor and Gran Torino. Bakugo has insane physical strength. Bakugo also has insane physical strength. He possesses a high-caliber physical strength, confirmed by his ability to use his grenade bracers without sustaining effects from recoil, whereas Izuku nearly dislocated his arm trying to do so. He's also strong enough to casually pick up and throw people of Izuku's size a considerable distance with one arm. His physical power is even enough to draw blood from Izuku at 5% of One for All with a kick. Bakugo is not just as angry as a Wolverine, he also has Wolverine reflexes as well. Perhaps Katsuki's greatest physical trait is his fantastic reflexes and reaction time. He's shown on several occasions overwhelming his foes with his speed or completely evading all their attacks while striking back, such as in his battles with Ochako, Cider House, and Izuku, even when the latter was at 5% of One for All. His superb reflexes even allow him to evade a jet of carbonated water strong enough to cleave a street lamp in two. Typically, jets of water that can cut through metal travel at 760 meters per second, or 1,700 miles per hour, which is over twice the speed of sound. Even when suffering from multiple stab wounds, he could temporarily hold his own against the near high ends with help from other heroes. Sticks and stones may break my bones? Well, not with Bakugo. Katsuki is shown to possess above-average endurance and durability. He's tough enough to withstand the blowback of his explosions regularly, with only moderate pain. He blocked an 8% kick from Izuku without his arm breaking as well, though he did receive a major scratch because of it. He was even proven to withstand attacks from All Might, who admittedly was restraining himself quite a bit, and not without an extreme amount of pain. You'd imagine that a nut job like Bakugo would be stupid, but no sir. Katsuki has proven to be extremely intelligent and strategic. While he occasionally doesn't have preemptive strategies like most people, he does analyze his opponent's weaknesses, such as when he recognized Fumikage's weakness to light during the UA Sports Festival in the midst of battle. He can anticipate the worst-case scenarios. Even when fighting the weaker villains during the unforeseen simulation joint, Katsuki quickly assessed which of the attacking villains were the most dangerous threat in the long term and eventually figured out a way to incapacitate Kurogiri, one of the invasion's leaders. He also knew that Kurogiri had a weakness and bound his body to hinder his escape. By doing this, he effectively trapped the League of Villains in the USJ until Nomu attacked. When being warned of a monster attacked by Katsuma Shimano, he was able to quickly deduce that it was merely an illusion cast by Moharu Shimano because it lacked a shadow. Even outside of battle, Katsuki is incredibly perceptive, having deduced the truth about One For All just by piecing together comments and interactions surrounding Izuku, All Might, and even All For One. Katsuki can seemingly detect when people are lying to him just by reading into their behaviors and expressions. Still though, Katsuki's short temper gets the best of him, often causing him to overlook crucial details and commit mistakes. Katsuki has always been criticized for his lack of cooperativeness, usually as a result of his overwhelming ego that prevents him from following the leads of others. I mean, who'd like to cooperate with this guy? However, thanks to Katsuki's very own determination, perfectionism, and intelligence, he is a capable leader should others decide to follow him instead. Though he may not realize it, Katsuki is one of the main motivators of Class 1A alongside Izuku, thanks to his power and indomitable drive to win. During round 4 of the joint training session, Setsuna Tokage admitted that even if her team had attacked him all at once, they stood no chance of victory. In the end, despite Class 1B's exceptional teamwork and Setsuna's strategic planning, they failed to capture a single member of Class 1A, mostly thanks to Katsuki's efforts, adaptability, and superior skills. However, due to the constant praise of his abilities and powerful quirk, Katsuki has developed a superiority complex, and because of that, he desires to be the first and best at everything. As pointed out by many people, Katsuki loves to win above all else and cannot stand it when he doesn't, leading him to lose his already short temper, or, less often, sulk. He is fiercely competitive and will never settle for less than the #1 spot, having a compulsive need to always strive for victory and prove people who doubt him wrong. However, Katsuki also values hard work and fair play, to the point of refusing to acknowledge a winning result if he feels that his victory was not earned by actual merit. Along with that, he detests being pitied or looked down on by others, and will hold contempt towards those that don't take him seriously. He also recognizes the efforts of those that manage to put up a challenge, like, for example, Ochako Uraraka and Eijiro Kirishima. Katsuki is also surprisingly adept in culinary practice, being able to cut vegetables very quickly and with ease, as well as spotting how Shoto hadn't cut chives properly and scolding him for it. He's also highly skilled at playing the drums, having gone through classes in the past. How's that for a crazy meathead?